Hey Capricorns, happy April 2018. I hope you guys have been having a really good March. Today we're going to go into your April 2018 forecast where we're going to go into how the month is going to go for you guys, things you should keep in mind or watch out for, and what strengths you guys bring to the table to help you with any challenges that are going to arise throughout April. And I now also offer an extended reading. You can find the link to my extended reading below in the description box. It's a link to Vimeo. And in that extended reading, we take all the information that we're going to talk about in this video and we bring it all together with information on what you guys should be focusing on throughout the month, what approach you should be taking, information that you don't currently know that you may want to know for the month, and then the overall outcome that you can expect for April of 2018. Before we get into the forecast, I also want to mention that I think it was last week, I posted a video called How to Get Clients as a Life Coach Part 1. I recommend that you watch that whether or not you're a life coach. If you are a life coach, obviously you should go ahead and watch it because it's a video that is targeted towards you. If you're not a life coach, I also recommend that you watch that video because basically I go into a SWOT analysis for the life coaching market. And basically I think that if you guys should go ahead and watch that video, and if you like that type of content, after you watch it, go ahead and post in the comments below that video what industry or market you would like me to do next. I have a plan of several different industries and markets I plan to go into, but if you guys post something in the comments, then I will prioritize that. And now let's get into your April 2018 forecast. So I see April 2018 being a pretty good month for you guys. I see you guys being happy, moving forward, progressing, working, feeling good. And I think you guys are getting back into that swing of things. So I think it was in February where originally at the very beginning of that month, you guys were feeling good. You guys were putting output out there and not really thinking about the results. You were just trying to get the output out there, enjoying the process, not really thinking about the results, like I was saying. And then I think around mid-February, that's when you guys started to pay more attention to the results and allow it to get to you a little bit. The results were coming in, but they weren't coming in as quickly as you wanted them to or when you wanted them to. Yeah, and so then you were starting to get into that mindset where you weren't thinking just about getting the output out there, you were thinking about the results and allowing that to affect how you were feeling and make you question whether or not you're on the right track or the right path. Because, of course, if you're not getting the results that you want, then you were getting the results, but if you feel like you're not getting the results that you want, then you may start to question whether or not you're doing the right thing and do you need to shift your focus. But the outcome of that was that you guys were on the right path. Anyways, so that same mentality that you guys had at the beginning of February where you were just putting out that output, just working on it, and really just not thinking about the results and just enjoying the process of it, just putting work out there. You guys are back into that mindset, but I feel like not only are you back in that mindset, you're also in a better place for it. I just really feel like you guys are working, just focusing on the work and moving forward, but not just focusing on the work. Like there is a component of the results factoring in, but you're not counting the results. So, okay, this may not be coming across clearly, so I'm going to try to re-explain this. So basically, you guys are feeling good, you guys are working, you're focused on what you guys are doing, and you are thinking about the results in terms of you are incorporating how things are going with your work so that you can make what you're offering better. So in a sense, you are incorporating the results to make your product better, but you're not completely shifting focus. Like you know the direction that you're going in, you feel solid about it, and you're just moving forward, and then you're taking little bits of feedback, not a lot of feedback, but just like little tiny bits of feedback or just things that you feel yourself. Like you kind of have a sense of what you guys know what you're doing. You know the direction you're going in, and you know, like you have a sense of what you should tweak to make things better. So yeah, you're using the results, or you're like, basically, you're not letting anything affect how you feel about your work. You are only using information and feelings within yourself about your work to improve yourself. You're not using it to discourage yourself. Yeah, you're not like using it as a measure of your success. You're using it as a way for you to improve the output that you're putting out there. And it's like a very productive, positive, constructive way of incorporating your feelings about your product. It can be a service, I'm just gonna use the word product. Your feelings about your product out there, like this video could be a product, you know? So yeah, you're incorporating, your feelings towards your product and any changes you make from there, which I think are like tiny tweaks, which is a really good way to move forward. Like making little tweaks And then once that's more incorporated, making another little tweak, you know, that way you're never making all these big changes that overwhelm you, you know. Anyway, so you guys are being really constructive about these thoughts and feelings that you have about how you can improve what you're offering. And like I was saying, you're not letting it get you down. You're just being very constructive, very productive about it, and using any thoughts, any feedback to, you know, I think all this feedback is more internal. I don't think you're incorporating a lot of external feedback, which I think is good. I think, yeah, I don't think that you guys really need to be incorporating a lot of external feedback at this time. Yeah, unless it's just really constructive. But I think that you guys know what you're doing, you're moving forward, and this is a time for you guys to focus on you and your feelings about what you're doing, and really just improving yourselves and your work, which is something that you guys are doing in a very, very positive, self-loving, constructive way. So maybe I've beaten that point to a dead horse. Beaten that, whatever that saying is. Maybe I've beaten that point down. I've worn it out. Okay, all right. The reason why you guys are able to be in this mindset and handle everything so well is because I think that over the past maybe month, so like starting like mid-February onwards, I think you guys have really started to come to terms with, or really get the feel of the flow of business. And the flow of business is you're moving along, and there are always these little tiny problems that you have to deal with. And it's just part of the whole package, right? Whenever you're doing a business, nothing ever goes quite according to plan. Things break. You might be on a certain platform like YouTube, or now I'm on Vimeo, and like for me, the other day, I had my videos up, and then Vimeo suddenly took them all down, and then I had to email them, and they're like, oh, that was a mistake, we put it all back up. We will try not to do that again, you know? So it's like little things like that happen, little things that are just kind of out of your control to an extent. Like they happen to you, and there's no reason for them to happen. So that's just like the flow of business, and I think that you guys are really getting into that flow. Like maybe in the past, a problem in business, especially if it was like a bigger one, would have discouraged you or kind of thrown you off whack for a little bit, but not anymore. Like, of course, the problems affect you, and you're just like, you know, it can be frustrating, a little overwhelming, but you guys just are kind of in the rhythm of it now. You know that that's just a part of it, and you know that the only way to success is to move through those problems, because the moment you stop at one problem, that's it, right? Or you don't set yourself back, but like if you stop, then yeah, that's basically it. And you guys understand, you guys are just in this really good mentality and flow to where you know that problems are there, and you're not interested in giving up over every single little problem. You take it in stride. So I'm not saying that like it's an easy, but you guys take it in stride. And when a situation happens and you think like, oh, you remind yourself that this is just how it is. If I want to be successful, then I'm going to have to deal with this for the rest of my life. And if I'm not going to be in business for myself, like in my life, in my day job, in interactions at the store, there are always going to be these same kinds of issues. Yeah, like it's not specific to business. These issues aren't specific to business. There's always these little tiny things that get in the way, you know, when life could be so simple, but they kind of get in the way. So you guys are just really getting into the rhythm of that and understanding that this is just part of the process, and you could give up on your business, but if you did that, then you're still going to have these same problems in every other area of your life. So if you really want to be successful, you might as well just stick with it and not let it affect you to the extent that it might have in the past. So yeah, you guys have just really been like becoming a stronger business person in yourself. And like I was saying, really getting into the flow, taking everything in stride, moving forward, just not letting these obstacles affect you and not letting them get you down, you know, just mentally acknowledging them and being like, oh, it's kind of annoying, but then just moving forward through them and just not even allowing the frustration of obstacles to get to you. You don't even give it time to settle in and really like burrow in deep and create like blockages within you to where you just really don't want to move forward on it. You don't even let that happen. You just process the fact that there is an issue. I'm a little frustrated. That's it. And then you move forward to working on a solution and just getting it done. You guys are just getting stuff done. I don't think you guys have anything major to keep in mind or watch out for this month. I think that there may be some frustrations, like with all these little problems kind of cropping up in the early part of April. But I see the second half of April being relatively easygoing and feeling good. And I don't see you guys, again, like getting down by any of these problems. So yeah, I don't really see a lot that you guys need to keep in mind or watch out for this month. I guess if anything, it's really just managing that frustration and not allowing it to really take over. Yeah, but I think you guys will be fine because the strength that you guys have is really what we've already talked about, which is you guys are just really getting to the flow of business and becoming very strong in yourselves as business people. Like, I think that you guys have kind of grown as business people, businessmen, businesswomen, and you guys have just become more like stronger. Like, you guys have become stronger. And yeah, like I was saying before, little problems and frustrations don't intimidate you or bother you that much or stop you in your tracks for a little bit or frustrate you or overwhelm you or confuse you. You understand that it's just part of the process and that usually there is a very simple solution if you guys would just take the time to look into it and just follow the instructions and the steps, which can be a little bit difficult sometimes. At least for me, I have a hard time following instructions, like reading instructions. I just can't. I don't know why. I just can't. Even in chemistry in high school, I just couldn't. Like, I was the worst chemistry, the worst chemistry partner in high school because I was like, I don't know what's going on, and like I would read the paper and have to reread it a million. I can't handle instructions. So if you guys are like that, then you guys know what I'm talking about, which is, yeah, there are these easy solutions, there are these easy steps you can take, and sometimes it can be a little frustrating because you have to go through this whole little process that you wouldn't have to, like the whole Vimeo thing, having to email them, having to, like, I don't know, try all these things before I emailed them and just being like, is it me? Like, am I doing something wrong here? And then finally sending that email and then waiting for them, and then fortunately there was nothing that needed to be resolved. It was all on their end. So I was happy to see that email because I was gonna be like, I just spent a lot of money with you guys. Like, you guys need to step it up a little. Yeah, so like all of that just gets in the way and can be frustrating and just like really just throw you off your game sometimes. But you guys just aren't like that anymore. You guys take it all in and you guys are just strong in yourselves. And it's like the mountain goat where, you know, things like hit you and you let them bounce off, and it's just because you're strong and you just digest what's going on. And yeah, but like, in this case, you guys don't internalize any of the disappointments that come your way. You guys truly don't internalize them. You just work on them, get them resolved, and you move on. Like, you're just like, okay, like I need to go from A to B and there's a problem in between there. I just need to resolve it so I can keep going to B. And that's it. All you care about is going to the next step, and anything that comes in your way, you just try to resolve and get off of your plate and move on with your life and your goals. So yeah, that is a strength that you guys bring to the table. That is a strength that you guys have developed. That is something that, yeah, you guys have built this in yourselves. You guys have become more developed as business people. And so now it's a strength that you guys have and bring to the table. And maybe you guys feel like it's not going to last for forever, but I think problems, it's not that problems will never frustrate you again, but you guys understand the mentality and the flow now. You guys understand the mentality, and that's not going to go away. I don't think that's going to go away. Yeah, you might get frustrated later on, but you will remember this. Like, you have been developed, and I don't see you guys going backwards on this. So yeah, congratulations, guys. Like, that's awesome. That is, little obstacles can really throw what could have been a success for a lot of people kind of away. I don't really want to say that it throws it away because there's always multiple avenues, and if you really want success, maybe this thing threw you out of whack. But, you know, like, once you're ready again, there will be a new opportunity that comes again. So I don't want to say that it throws it away completely, but you guys just can't be taken off your course now. You may shift your plans, but like nothing minor can stop you. So that wraps up the first part of this reading. If you guys want to listen to the second part of this reading, you can go check that out in my extended reading. Again, the link is below in the description box, and in that we're going to go into where your focus should be for this month. Where should you be focusing your thoughts, your time, your energy, your efforts, and then what approach you guys should be taking to the month to make it the most successful, and then also what information you guys need to know that you may not be aware of at this point in time that would really help you in the month of April, and what the overall outcome you guys can expect is for the month. So I will go ahead and catch you guys in the extended video, and if I don't see you guys there, I will catch you guys in my next YouTube video.